What is up, YouTube? Your Soul Cycle is coming at you with the project. Now, I've done this before, and I always get questions of what I need. I'm going to turn this specialized hard rock into a 26-inch BMX. Now, as you can tell, it's a complete bike, but there's a couple things that you should check before you start this project. That way you don't get stuck with it. First of all, make sure your cranks are able to go single speed. These are BioPace. Don't recommend these because they're oval. So I went ahead and I prepared a round single speed crank that's going to go in place for that. Another thing you want to check on your frame, make sure the drops are horizontal. You could do it vertical, but it's a little bit more complicated. If they're vertical, it's a lot easier. Bars, these bars will work, but I have these bars and this quilm that I'm going to exchange it to, and I have a single speed freewheel right here that I put some PB Blaster, so I'm just waiting for the PB Blaster to soak in. Also, please note, this is a cassette, not a freewheel, so I will be changing the wheels to these guys right here. So make sure you have what you need to what you're gonna build. Now, you don't have to build it a single speed. I would have kept the gears, but these friction shifters, these trigger shifters are gone. They don't shift at all. So instead of fixing them, handling them, I'm just gonna eliminate them, go single speed, and this is what I'm gonna do. All right, guys? So as you can tell, I start loosening up the cables. Then I just decided to cut them because I wasn't going to reuse them. Obviously, they're shifter cables and they're pretty rusted. If they were still good, I would probably reuse them. Here I am realizing that, oh, I need to take the chain off because it's a 7-speed chain and won't work with my single speed setup. So that's something that you guys also have to take into consideration, is chain width. Most gear chains won't work on single speed freewheels. Just check that out before you get into it. That way you don't have to stop mid project. Let's see here, I'm going after the cranks. Surprisingly, the cranks came out really easy. I would have loved to use the black chain rings on this build. I think it would have looked cool because, you know, the bike is black, but you know, because they were oval, the chain tension wouldn't work on this particular build. If I would have kept the derailleur, it would have been fine. But here you see, just like, I mean, they came out really easy. I was super happy. I'm tired of stripping cranks. I do try to take precaution and not strip them. Sometimes I hit them with some penetration lube, or you know, some WD, some PB Blaster. Big fan of PB Blaster. Here you see me attacking the front. So I thought the shifters and the levers were connected. It turned out I was wrong, which is even better, because then it gives the finished product a nicer look instead of having that little plate right there that you see there. I thought that was connected to the shifters, to the levers, I'm sorry, and they weren't. So when I rebuild it, it'll just be a little bit cleaner. Here you see me going for the front brake. Once again, it goes through the stem, so that's something I address later, probably off camera, to be honest with you. You see me taking pictures because I wanted to document it. I do have an IG and a TikTok where I post more stuff at, so go ahead and follow me on that. Yard Sale Cycles at Yard Sale Cycles on IG or TikTok, and it's just like quick 1-minute videos or less. Here you see the Black Ops stem coming in and, you know, replacing the old quilm. You see me putting the bars in, and like I said, I could have used the other bars, but I just wanted to give it more of a BMX vibe. The other ones did have a really strong mountain bike vibe, so that's why I decided to go with these. And also, I'm a tall person, you know, I'm running about 6'1", so the higher bars for me were a better option than to running the little high risers that it had. before. I don't re-grease the BB or the headset because it was running smooth, it was spinning nicely, and honestly I just didn't want to. Here you see me putting on the cranks. Here's the driver's side. I think that's a 38 tooth if I'm not mistaken, which surprisingly is a decent ratio for a 26 inch. Probably wouldn't work on the 20 inch. It's a 38 and a 16, but because it's a 26 inch, it kind of works. So here's a tribute to the captain's cog with the grinder. Please use eye protection. I did not, and I think this is where my GoPro died, but definitely eye protection would have been a plus, if not a full face mask at this point. But yeah, this is my GoPro dying. Okay, so here it is, the final product. My GoPro died, so couldn't get the finish of it, but overall this is it. 1x setup. Change the crank, change the wheels and the free wheels. I could have used the other wheels, but I didn't have the single speed conversion kit, so I went this route instead. Plus I like the other wheels a little bit better than these, at least for now. So later on I might switch them back. I don't know if I get the single speed adapter. We'll see how that works. Run through on her. All right, run through on her. We got Sagino BP cranks with a 38 sprocket, some looks like some Wogo pedals, single speed KMC chain, SR hubs right there, laced to Araya 7C wheels. Gotta keep it old school. They're unstamped though. They're unstamped Araya C's. The tires are just tires I had laying around because I wanted to keep the other tires for another build. They are Shimano cantilever brakes. So you could tell, new cables. I gotta cut, trim that still. Kept the gel comfort saddle because I don't want to put another saddle on it. So that one stays on there. It's got the Specialized direct drive off-road chromoly tubing. Remember guys, this is not this is probably one of the lower ends for Specialized. This is a hard rock, not a rock hopper. It's a hard rock, but it's still a Specialized, so it's still a good brand. It's got the Paramount yellow water cage, which is pretty cool. Took off the front derailleur, took off the rear derailleur, grinded that little spot between the dropouts, which was not fun. Wear safety goggles or a mask. I didn't do that because I didn't want to. But definitely should have taken the extra 5 seconds to put them on. I used the brakes that came with it, which are Shimano 200 GS. If I keep it, I will change the levers because they don't have that much space for the grips on these particular bars. So I will change the levers or find another set that works better with these bars. These bars came off a GT fueler. They are not GT bars. They're just regular black bars. The stem is a Black Op old school looking chrome stem with the center bolts. I did have to add this cable stop that I had from another bike that I had to take apart. So thank you for the other bike for, you know, giving me some parts. Front brakes, again, Shimano cantilevers. Front tire, obviously seen better days. The wheels are matching, so it is a SR hub with the Araya unstamped 7C wheel. The biggest issue I had with this one was finding bolts that would work on a 1x, because usually on the 3x the bolts are longer, so you can't use those. So take it that into consideration, guys. Like, plan ahead to what you guys will need. I had cables, I had the bolts, and I had everything kind of lined up. It's still a pain in the butt, but it's like doable, and it's a budget way to get a 26-inch BMX. And also remember, like, BMXs right now are going for crazy money. Like a 26-inch branded BMX will probably run you $500 to $600. You could do this for way under that. I was lucky the frame and bike was donated to me, so total in this would have been just the chain ring, the freewheel adapter, and the handlebars and stem. So if you have a bike, even if it's thrashed up, you could probably do this for under 100, under 150 bucks, and turn your turn your mountain bike into a 26-inch BMX like I just did right here. Go ahead and leave your comments or anything in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if I should have kept. I was gonna keep the gears, but once again the shifters weren't working, so that's why I took for the gears. But would you do this? Would you do this, or would you just buy a 26-inch BMX? Let me know. Your Cycles out.